Let me tell you all what happened to me last night. So I'm working out. This young lady just comes up to me while I'm on the pec deck. And I'm in there, man, I'm in the zone. Like, I've got my hat on, like focused, right, doing flies. Like in the middle of my set, she just stands right in front of me. And at first I act like I didn't see her. And then she got to the point where I did 4 or 5 reps and she's still there. So I look up and she's smiling. Hello, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you stop your set. And I was like, oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. What's going on? We just get to talking, and basically she just wanted to give me her phone number. You know, like, I'm telling y'all, this stuff gets crazy. There's 2 ways you can get women in life. You can either have money or you can get jacked. And that's why we're doing this series, because I don't know how to help you get money. I hope you do, but I can help you get jacked. 9 in the morning, first meal of the day, just a cup of oatmeal. That's it today. I don't want too much on my stomach because I'm headed straight to the gym for the first part of a doubleheader. I can't believe I just put creatine in my oatmeal bowl. I'm feeling like a real bodybuilder today. You ever seen their videos when they're like, let me show you how to make my famous whey drip? Oh, I should have weighed myself before I ate, right? Right? Is that what I should have did? Hey, is that what you would have done? A bodybuilder is concerned with pre-exhausting the muscle and doing a workout that's designed to put maximum tension on the specific muscle that we're working. So, for instance, today we're working chest, right? So I'm doing some flies over here in the corner before I even start my workout. Now, before I had this type of mindset, I would come in the gym and I would want to get on the bench press first. I would want to do something like that. And that would be great if I was trying to be a power lifter or if I was concerned with getting stronger more than anything else. But I'm not anymore. I'm concerned with physique more than anything else. And if that's what you're going for, you want to pick exercises that do that for you. So another thing, keep in mind, guys, is that you can come in and you can do a whole bunch of band work and mobility stuff, and I would recommend doing that. I do it myself. But at the beginning of your movements, if you start with a really, really light weight and you do 2 or 3 warm-up sets, that's kind of like the same thing, right? Especially if you're getting a deep stretch like I am here on these flies. So keep that in mind. You don't want to hurt yourself. If you hurt yourself, you're going to be out of the gym. So be smart. All right, speaking of warm-ups, this is actually the 3rd warm-up set. And the weight is still not what I would want to use on a working set yet. Oh man, but I'm getting such a good stretch on these guys. I've already done 20 minutes of my walking, so I'm gonna do 1 hour and 10 minutes once we're done with this to get that full 90 minutes. But 30 grams of protein, because I haven't had anything overnight, wanna make sure that you get that protein in the next day consistently throughout the day. It's just gonna be best that way. And then, of course, we got our bucked up. But this one is just like an orange flavor from the gym. Fantastic. All right, incline press time. I already did a set just to see what it feel like. Let's get into some working sets now. We might get up to 3 plates today. Let's see how it feels. But I want to get a good set in first. And then we can take it from there. I don't even know how many that was. If that was more than 10, I'd go to 3 plates. Let me check on the camera first. But if not, I think I'll stick with that weight. No need to always go up. There's days where you can just focus on more reps, better form, better squeeze. All right, so just added a 10 to each side. That's it. I really want to focus on the squeeze more than anything else. Man, I just hate when you're so locked in on a set, but you gotta pee like shit. And the bathroom is like all the way on the other side. The struggle of being a gym bro. Let's do a drop set.
That's it for chest day. That was fantastic in my opinion. Great pump, great exercise selection, tons of energy, even with lower calories. But I am super hungry now, ready to put some fuel back into my body. So let's get something to eat. I'm thinking Cafe Rio, but we're gonna try to keep the calories down. Be mindful of that. All right, so when you're eating out, I want to show you something real quick. Okay, although this is not the best example. So about 800 calories in here, maybe 850, somewhere around there based on what I can see on the menu. I could be slightly off, but we're going to go with that based on past experience. However, at the end, I did add a little bit of sour cream. I don't know if people know this, but like a tablespoon of sour cream usually is only going to have like anywhere between 40 to 60 calories. So if you tell them just to give you a little bit of sour cream, that's probably half of that. So we're not adding extra calories that way, or at least not too many. And then on top of that, I really like Cafe Rio because these tortilla strips that you can put on top give the bowl this crunch that you just don't get at Chipotle. Like at Chipotle, you can get the chips on the side, but here I can sprinkle it right on top of my bowl. I think it gives it a good flavor and the texture is amazing. However, what I was going to say is, let's say you take like a small bag of chips, right? Like some Doritos or something like that. Look at the back of the wrapper, and what you'll see on there is it'll say like serving size 16 chips or 14 chips. It'll be like 200 calories in just that little bag alone, right? Now, these tortilla strips may look like a lot, but this is like if you were to like cut up 5 or 6 chips, okay? So it's about half the calories that you would normally get or under that. Now, I'm going to go with 6 chips today, right? Because he was heavy-handed. There's a new guy in here, and I was like, hey, I'll take the tortilla strips. And he just threw it on like it was like a snowstorm. Like some of them fell off on the side and stuff like that. And for me, you know, he probably thought he was doing me a favor. I just didn't want that much. So now I'm going to have to like take a few off. So I really don't want that much. But anyway, that's the pro tip for today. You can still eat things that you enjoy. And when you're first starting out, start by just cutting back a little bit. Instead of trying to get rid of things completely, cut it in half, cut it in a quarter, cut it in a third, and then do the math as far as how many calories you're saving that way. It'll help you reach your goals. All right, 90 minutes of cardio, done, got that in. And you know what? I think it's actually very beneficial to get some steps in after your meals, if you can. I know some people just don't have the time to do it. You might be at work, other things like that. But even if you got up and just walked for like 5 minutes after your meals, I don't know, I just feel like it does something for your digestion. I feel better. I feel more mental clarity when I do that. And also just feel like I'm burning more fat. So I don't have any data on that, but it's just something that you kind of experience when you do it for yourself. I don't always get to walk after my meals, so being able to do that today because I'm off was perfect, and I wish I could do that every day. However, we are officially finished here, and what I like to do at the end sometimes is just take 5 minutes, lower the speed, and then just continue for those final minutes in a very, very, very light walk as you see right now. I'll be back tonight. We're gonna do either shoulders or back. If I can hammer out shoulders tonight, like if they feel good, then potentially I can just hit back tomorrow, which is the pulling movement, different ligaments involved. I'd be able to get Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, a full 72 hours without any stress or tension on those pushing ligaments and joints and things like that. So ideally, that would be cool. But then again, do I need 72 hours? I normally don't even get 24. All right, so we made it back, and I'm going with shoulders. I think it's just gonna be better that way. Even though I could give a little bit more rest to my shoulders and then hit them tomorrow, do some back tonight. I said, you know what? We already did the chest. Let's do another push movement today. That way I can have that additional day of rest after this. So that's the goal, and then I'll hit back tomorrow. But had a protein shake before I came, got a little bit more creatine in there. So we're good to go. And just to let you know, just started with some pre-exhaustion, some flies, good form, lightweight, just to get the blood flowing. And now I'm getting into some shoulder press. sloppy at the end. But that's some rear delts. Full shoulder workout. That's done. Long day for me. When I'm off work, sometimes I'll do 2 a day, especially right now, trying to get these abs like Batman.